So guys, we're here with my personal car, 2024 Ford Mustang Dark Horse. And just like you, I'm buying every part and component from our Carvonix shop. I'm gonna get a Whipple Supercharger, I got I-block lowering springs, I'm gonna do a resonator delete, and I've got some APR carbon down the way. So follow me on the journey. I'm gonna do it just like you guys do. I'm gonna document everything, I'm gonna review it, post my mods on my car, and just like that, you'll see this thing transform. But right now, we've got over 300,000 parts in the Carvonix shop. And just like that, every single part comes with a reward system for Carvonix through our app. So buy your parts today, get points, redeem them for entries and giveaways, get merch, or just get discounts on parts. So I'm going to document the entire process from start to finish, from unboxing to install to giving a review, and then even throwing this thing on a dyno, and all that's going to happen on the Carvonix app. Follow me in my profile and check out the Dark Horse in my garage. Okay, day 4 building the Dark Horse, heading back to the bay here with Anthony, and we're putting on the Whipple finally. Been waiting for a long time for this moment, and there she is. So we're in the back shop of AutoNation Ford Scottsdale. I'm here with Garrett, who's going to be my master tech, and Anthony, who is advising and making sure that I stay safe back here, right? And look at this. This is where we're starting. And where we're ending up is obviously the Whipple is here. We're doing the Gen 2 with the upgraded throttle body, and it's looking like it's gonna be about an 875 horsepower tune setup. And so I'm gonna walk you through the process and show you guys how recommended it is that you do this at a dealership if you want to keep your warranty. There are a lot of intricate parts. There are a lot of things that you need to know the torque specs correctly. And if you are doing this at home, at least this video can show you step by step of how to get this thing installed. And here is the kit. I've already done a little check on everything to make sure everything's here. Look at how beautiful this thing is. Paint matched. Thank you, Dustin. To match the car. Look how just gorgeous that paint is. Vapor blue. And second box is, of course, all of the goodies. And I went through and just kind of checked and made sure all the inventory is here as well. Hose kits, upgraded filters and belts, everything's in here. And even the infamous Supercharged sticker, which I'm gonna put on the hood. One of the reasons why I decided to come do it at the Ford dealership was because I want to show you guys that the setup that Dustin has created at Whipple with Ford Performance to give owners an option at the dealership to go ahead and put this thing on, even in the financing, you can roll in a Supercharger kit and have a full powertrain warranty. I think that's just such a fantastic thing that Ford has done. Obviously, I'm a loyal Ford guy. You've got to see it on my Ford cars. And it shows you that these parts and components are engineered to the highest manufacturer specifications and able to give you the continued peace of mind of a warranty with 800 plus horsepower, which is pretty awesome. So this is the tune logging system?
Yep.
Oh, nice. So you're saying that you first scan the car and you send Whipple the tune file, and then they send you back a hot tune? Okay.
Yeah.
So
they need the factory calibration and need the serial number off the actual Whipple itself.
So is that dictated based on the kit itself of what level tune? Because I know that this is the Gen 2 version. I'm curious to actually see what the setup is with the new throttle body. So guys, one of the great things about the relationship with Ford and Whipple is they're able to take the serial number from the Supercharger in the kit, tie that now to the actual engine diagnostic scan, and show that the dealership is the one doing the install, and then that can be tied into the factory warranty. So that's a really cool feature, something that I was excited about. Gives me a little bit extra peace of mind. Should anything go wrong with the car itself, I don't want the dealer to say, hey, look, you know, where did you get this done? Maybe this is one of the causes, or it wasn't installed correctly. So that's another reason why I went with Ford install, and obviously AutoNation Scottsdale giving me the great privilege of being back here to film and show you the install process. So when doing the kit, you're adding quite a bit more heat to the engine, and Whipple recommends that you switch to the 50 weight. So just went ahead and purchased all that. Also a good time to do an oil change anyways when you're doing any kind of major modifications like this. So yeah, we'll see how this thing performs when it's all heat soaked as well. Okay guys, little update. Garrett's just about to pull the intake manifold off. What are you doing right now?
Well, I was doing spark plugs.
Spark plugs?
I was waiting for that, but
okay.
it's ready to come out.
It's coming out.
Looks like that. Dual throttle body.
So we're gonna get rid of this, huh?
Yep.
All this beautiful engineering.
In the trash.
In the trash. Let's see that thing. Oh my lord.
Freaking.
Look at the size of that. Wow, let's just look at the surface area difference.
Pretty good.
So we're at maybe, what, these 3-inch, you think?
Yeah.
Big boy.
You can just, it goes completely.
Woof.
So, that would be nice.
Sweet. That upgraded throttle body is going to be so sweet when you see it set on the car. If you guys remember back in the day when you would have the blower sticking out, and the thing that everyone would see is like the little, I remember red doors opening and closing, the red doors, and that was super cool. And guys used to start their cars with like starter fluid, right? This blast in there, a big fireball comes out the front. Those guys were legends. We've got it made now. I mean, this thing's making 100 horsepower per liter NA, and I think back in the day, people were trying to supercharge to get to 100 horsepower per liter. So it's a testament to the Coyote obviously being a really, really great platform, and then obviously having had the upgrades that the Dark Horse has to really make it bulletproof, to be able to take, you know, a blower. I think when I was driving the GT500 and I heard about the Dark Horse, the dealership was saying like, hey, you know, that thing will be able to take boost. And then now being at this stage, I think it's been about 2 years since that conversation, to be putting boost back on and having a boosted Coyote setup. This is really exciting, and to be doing it obviously with the dealership and, you know, keeping that factory warranty is a really big plus, because, you know, when you have a build, you want to make sure you're not doing anything that's going to hurt the value of the car. And sometimes we go a little far, like me, and it's just nice to have that peace of mind. And I think if I ever wind up selling it, it's another peace of mind for the next buyer, which is great. Changing the plugs for cooler plugs. All right guys, so we're just now ready to start the install process of the blower. Got our install setup from Whipple, all tools and components, new fuel rail, and then here she is. So guys, wow, is this thing beautiful. Just want to say thank you to Dustin and Whipple for paint matching the car so well, and it just looks incredible, especially in the Vapor Blue. Gonna be really exciting to see that contrast against all the black in the engine bay. I am very, very, very excited right now. So if anyone else is looking at the scope and scale of the project's teardown, I'm just gonna show you my little graveyard over here in Bay 3 that we've taken up, because I've got my car in Bay 2. He's building the Supercharger in Bay 1, and Bay 3 is the graveyard. Look at this. It's just the bumper components, floor, structure to the nose and ducting area, the cowls, the cross braces, all those things, right? Just a lot of disassembly. And then we've got the old intake manifold, all the covers and pulley and old spark plugs, and look at these dirty old intakes. Proof that Ford doesn't even need good airflow to still drive great. So all that's getting replaced. Okay, so the base of the blower is now in and all lined up, and it's just gonna be really big once it's in there. It's already flush with the top of the cylinder heads, if not a little higher. Yeah, curious to see if the strut bracing is going to clear or not. I think a couple people have shown some pictures of adding some shims to that factory Dark Horse brace. I think that's going to depend on the hood. If you use an aftermarket hood, you might get a little more clearance. I plan on getting an Anderson composite hood just for heat ventilation and also a little bit of clearance for the supercharger. And I was looking yesterday at the 350 that's here, the Super Snake. It definitely has a little bit more clearance for the supercharger, and I think especially for heat dissipation, it's got a triple vented hood instead of the single, so, you know, more power, more heat, and carbon just looks cool anyways. And there it is. Woo! Look how tall it is. So getting the intercooler on now and just kind of looking at this. It's got its own little coolant tank, which takes just standard coolant for the car. But pretty cool. It's gonna go in this big gap right here. Right in there. And it's black, so that'll look cool on the front grille, all blacked out. So the intercooler is going in now in front of the front radiator. Looks super sick and all black. That's actually gonna be a nice look when the bumper's back on. Okay, so it's day 2 with the Whipple Dark Horse build, and Garrett is just now getting ready to install the intake to the supercharger. And what all do we have done right now?
Pretty much everything, like 90% of it. We just gotta put coolant in it, put the throttle body, get the intake all together, and then just put the bumper, make it look like a car again.
So all the pulleys, the intercooler, the cooling system, the supercharger itself, the fuel setup for it. You said you had some electrical stuff as well?
Yeah, we had the wire in the intercooler pump.
Okay.
So we got that all wired.
Oh, so there's actually a pump that runs from that.
On.
Yep, yeah, awesome. Okay, so it just feeds from here? Where's it feed from?
From here. So they give you a fuse tap.
Yep.
They give you this new relay, and they want you to put it on this bolt, and then you just run a wire underneath and down in that corner.
And just shares from the resi?
Separate.
Oh, separate.
So it's got its own separate reservoir here.
Okay, so I gotta fill that? Because it doesn't feed, what I'm saying is it doesn't feed from here to here.
No,
I have to fill that.
Completely separate.
Okay, so pay attention, James. Make sure you fill this and this. Okay, as needed. Okay, awesome. And I see that we have no clearance for the cross brace.
Check just for giggles. I sat down and you had like this much gap.
Yeah.
It was not fit.
Okay, so Gen 3, the beautiful Dark Horse brace does not fit. I'm certain someone will make some cool one in the next couple of months. And obviously if I get the Anderson composite hood, I will be checking fitment on that. So all right, here we go. So the massive throttle body just went on, and I see now why it's a different supercharger kit completely. It would no way it would line up unless the plenum was actually cut for it. Look how big that is. So this is actually a whole separate size diameter, which is wild. I mean, that thing is, look how big that is. Good job, Whipple. Massive, massive intake too. So the stage 1 kit uses the factory throttle body, and it only uses one of them. And ours is the big boy, which is 112, much, much bigger. Now I'm gonna guess that actually would increase the responsiveness too, because it's one larger opening instead of 2 smaller openings. So I think the intention before was that each side of the engine got equal induction velocity. But now that I'm seeing the size of this thing's just an absolute beast. And I'm gonna guess that this servo is gotta be so rapid and fast and just instantly responsive, because that's like we're not talking about cables anymore. It's fast acting servo motor right here in this thing. That's a beast. Even the motor on that is a beast. I mean, it's like a proper little drive motor just for the door. Okay guys, so intake on, throttle body all lined up perfectly. Everything's set up, electrical's done. Getting ready to add some coolant, and then we're gonna do a startup. Let's do a little startup test. Let's see, make sure we don't have any issues. So we have to use this because the weight is heavier. Same oil that I had in my GT500. So anything supercharged, they recommend this 50 weight oil. So.
Yeah, they even gave you a little sticker.
Ooh, look. So you know, you're special. Okay, so we're in the final stages of the Whipple tune, and Garrett is actually just putting the flash loader in the car. So we gave them our base tune. They asked us what kind of mods were on it, right? And then they sent us a tune within, it's like an hour?
Like an hour and a half. Yeah.
That's so sick. Whipple's got dialed. So once the Whipple tuner gets the new file from Whipple uploaded into the car, we'll do a first startup, and I'm super excited because apparently it's gonna be louder, which is the last thing I need. Very loud. Which is why we went ahead and just ordered the AWE switch path slightly resonant exhaust to give it a little more tone. I did start the project with the intention of changing the mufflers, but I wanted to see first how good the stock mufflers would sound because they've already got valves on them. They're not cheap material and they look great. I mean, look, most of the time when you're changing the exhaust, it's because they don't look good, but look how good those look factory. You know, that's a good looking tip. And I thought, you know, let's just see how restricted it is. And it's not so much the restriction, it's actually the air pressure. The pressure of it being neck down is creating a lot more raspiness. And so I've been watching some videos on AWE and just said, okay, if I had AWE on my Audis, always loved it. So let's just go for it on the Dark Horse. All right, guys, we're gonna do a first startup. Hey, do me a favor. Put the exhaust in, it's normal mode right now, right? Because the whole ECU is flashed? So normal mode. Okay, we're gonna start in normal mode. I'm sure everyone in the shop's gonna come over here because it is loud. And the great thing about the valve exhaust is in normal mode, that idle is not bad at all. For having now 900 horsepower, that's pretty good. All right. It's obscene. That's a normal mode? That's normal? All right, do track. So how's the, can we hear the supercharger? I don't think we can we? Woo. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, when you put it in quiet mode, I could hear the supercharger.
That's why I put it in quiet mode, so you try and hear it.
It's so, the car is so loud. I'm really hoping that the AWE doesn't make it even louder. I'm hoping it just softens it a little bit because it is loud. After the Cook's headers, the car got, I would say, 40% louder. And Resonero did it would be like 20, Cook's was like 40, and now I'm probably twice as loud as it was stock after the supercharger and everything. So if you're gonna do these mods, just be prepared that you're never gonna be able to do anything unless you got a valve set up, because a 5 a.m. start to go to a car show is going to be a nightmare for your neighbors. Yeah, but how exciting. 875 horsepower now, and really, really excited to see this thing on the road. Okay, all buttoned up, about to go out for a test drive. Really excited to see what 875 horsepower feels like. But we also have added the Cook's headers and the Cook's green cats. So just guessing right now, we're probably close to 900 with the setup. And by the time we add the AW switch path exhaust, we should definitely be at 900 horsepower. And that's much more than 500. How far out of whack are we? Red bad. Red bad.
Yep.
So I made some mods to the complete alignment.
Yeah, that rear holds your toe in, that bar you put in.
Yeah.
Holds the toe in. This is from it lowering, which we can't do anything about, but that won't cause a pull because they're even.
Okay.
0.2 off. So this is your pull that rear tire in. So we'll put the push it back out.
Okay.
Fix the front and be all good to go.
Yay. So obviously with any suspension, ride height, or adjustments to the subframe, got to really pay attention to those. I put those BMR, call them like chassis stabilizers, and it appears that it pulled the one side in a little bit and squared up the car because, you know, factory has a little bit of slop. And that's what they're designed to do. But just remember whenever you're doing that to get in alignment, because after I got in the car just started creeping over. And now that's got 900 horsepower, that issue compounds. So just make sure that you pay attention whenever you're doing stuff, especially with ride height, to really, really make sure the car is properly aligned. That's why I want to do here at Ford on a good laser setup. I mean, look at the difference. That's quite a large step out from just one modification. And then, you know, the rear being out of spec is from the lowering as well. So kind of figured that was gonna be happening with the lowering. And I may look into some of the adjustable perch plates for the top of the suspension. So I can actually just kind of adjust that back to square, right? As you lower, it's gonna stick out and you wanna kind of square that back up. So yeah, excited, better get out of the way of lasers. Okay guys, so that concludes the Whipple install at AutoNation Ford Scottsdale. Just want to say a special thank you to Anthony and Garrett for being super cool, letting me film, doing the extra mile with getting the car on the alignment rack, which was a little ghetto, but I liked it. And just thanks again, man. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looking forward to seeing you on the street, maybe doing some racing.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, let's go for a little test drive, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Dude, when you get in the boost. Oh, my.
I just slowly work.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yeah, we need to get in the boost. I think we've seen the straight get in the boost. Obviously, it's loud. I mean, it's really, really freaking loud. When it goes into boost, it is a lot stronger than it used to be. Oh, Jesus.
Nothing like a Supercharged V8.
Oof. I think I love the car even more now. And manual, baby. You gotta love the manual. Guys, so many people ordered this car to be a drag strip car. And I'm thinking to myself, they offer you a manual and you go, how fast can I do a 9-second quarter mile? Who cares?
Yeah.
I love it if that's what you do, but for me, no. I want to shift. I want to feel the car. I love being in the canyons and shifting gears, even if I don't have to, okay? Sometimes I just want to shift gears to make things happen. See? Rev matching downshift, incredible. Ford, this car is just so fun. And the gearbox is phenomenal. It's the best stock gearbox I've ever had. The DCT on the GT500 was killer, like lightning fast. It was even like jerky, which is something I said that the PDK really kind of lacks. Is like it had responsiveness. You hit it. Do a second gear roll. Totally normal. It's like straight piped, basically. I mean, we have a little bit of a muffler going on, but look at that. Just look. Actually, you know what? Do me a favor. Let's roll windows up. Let's put it in quiet mode. There it is. Look at that. No. I mean, it sounds like it's far away or something.
Yeah.
But for 900 horsepower, which I'm guessing right now is probably where we're at, maybe 885 or something like that. We'll know when we put on the dyno for sure. But look at that, no noise, and unleash hell. Torque is nuts. I love it now. It's like everything that was missing before. Well, thank you, Whipple, for making what I think right now in 2024 is the most savage manual you can buy. I mean, I don't know what else. Like, look.
They barely make manuals.
I think the M4, maybe with like the standard issue BMW thing, downpipes in a tune. Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna take this thing around, beat on it a little bit, heat soak it after we do this inspection, and then yeah, we'll go get that AWE exhaust on back at Nico's place and do dyno. Sick.